my God. Oh, well, I think we did everything. Check one, two. Hello, and we're back. I'm gonna let everybody wrap up just that conversation. I hate to interrupt. We're gonna do the second artist panel, or music panel, and the last music panel, somewhat. So this is the music, there's an artist panel around here in Bryan College Station. So this is gonna wrap up the music part of this music and film conference. So y'all know me already, but I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves because we have everybody here is like truly talented. Everybody's a star. There's some people who just got signed, some people who just got management, some people who are going on tour, and I think we're gonna get into all that. So it's gonna be really juicy panel.
Hey, everybody doing? I'm Daniel San, Karate Kid. Musician, artist, producer, soon to be film director, everything, man. All in one.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet y'all. My name is Mr. 4K. I go by 4KKs. I'm a newly signed artist on the Vortex Records. And yeah, so.
Nice to thank y'all for having me here. I'm Dylan Zintek. I would say singer, rapper, songwriter, everything. Soon to get into acting. Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Oh, I didn't even know that far, but okay. So these artists are like some people that I met in like literally this last fall, all three of them. I mean, when I was first trying to get like my feet wet with like an actual live performance, I had met Daniel San, through Nazar. We just caught up. We had a thing called the mastermind meeting back then. It was like on a Monday. But all of them, they all have like, I share a special like relationship with them, like with the memories, whatever the first events, like my first time ever performing, it was with me, Daniel San, Dylan. We all performed on the same stage in the Grand Stafford. I got graced by 4K Case's presence when we performed at a bar called Toku 12. And that was like my second time. And I remember saying to 4K, listen, because him and I have similar music. Listen, no matter where you are in the lineup, I'm gonna go right before you, I'm gonna go right after you. And guess what? He asked to go first that entire time. And I went, that breaks my heart. So I was very nervous, but all of them are cool. They're very talented. So I guess I want to start off and I kind of want to talk about Dylan, to be honest, in the first part. Dylan, how long have you been making music for? And actually, where are you from?
So I'm from Caldwell. I've been making music for about 5 years now. I'll be going on 6 years actually. So 5 years going on 6 years. Yeah.
And so how did you get started? Because I know you have all these like stories about you going on a hill or you on a tractor, you're like all these crazy things. So tell me, like, when you're out in Caldwell, what are things that inspire you that like after a long day's work, you just sit down and say, I gotta write? What are your inspirations?
Getting out of Caldwell.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's one of the main things is getting out. After usually my best songs come from when I get off of work, I've had a rough day. It's like I gotta get up out of here. So that's basically my motivation for that. That's basically where my songwriting comes from, is kind of trying to have a better life, basically. You know, getting out of small town Caldwell and going somewhere better, I would say, really.
And I met him through a mutual friend of ours named Alec. Yeah, you know.
FaceTimed at the studio. I was making a song called Sedation, and my producer or AD or engineer was like, he's like, I got somebody I want you to meet. So he FaceTimed Zeno and showed him the song that we made. And Zeno was like, oh my God, we got to get you at the Grand Stafford. And we ended up meeting up there, and he got me a show there. Thank you for that, by the way, because that kind of started everything for me. So yeah, like thank you for that. Yeah.
I just didn't know how to describe his music because me, listen, I'm not gonna lie, I do not like country music, so I can't sit here and say that he is a country artist because he's literally a songwriter, country pop, rapper, like he's all these sort of things that you just have to listen to the music to understand it. And when he first played, I said, this is fresh. And the venue people loved him. Like, I mean, other people who don't really listen to country or like that style loved him, and you can just tell because he has a grit to his voice, and I think that you're very wholesome and you tell a tale.
Yeah.
I just took a shot at a red light. Listen, I'm gonna censor that, but that was crazy. And every time you speak and you say things, lyrics, people remember the most memorable parts, which coincidentally become your chorus, but
Yeah.
it's because it relates to us. So how do you find ways to get your music to relate to your audience?
Just by true past experiences, I would say. Like that song, I just took a shot at what was it, stop sign or whatever. I mean, back in the day, I made a mistake, kind of, drinking and driving. I was bad time in my life, and I wrote a song about it. I got one called Half Broken Windshield and One More Night. It's basically about just the troubles I've had, with, in the past, stuff like that. So it's all true. I mean, everything you listen to is true. Maybe if I drop a rap song and I'm kind of, just rapping, maybe some of it's, I would say all of my music is basically 95% what's happened to me. Couple things I may throw in there that's not exactly true, but I mean, it's all from, inside what's happened and what I want to happen, stuff like that. I mean, I can make up a story that, something that never happened and make a whole song about it. So, it's just, but I think it's better to write about what's happened to me, and that's basically what I've done with the past 13 songs that I have out on Spotify and all of the music platforms. It's true. Every one of them is a true story.
And I think you had a streak in the fall that once you performed at Stafford, you had like a couple more gigs and you would do a thing where the night of your performance, you would drop a new song.
Yeah, so when I started getting shows, I was kind of in the zone of writing songs and making them fast, and not fast where the quality's bad, but I take my time with it. But enough to where if I had a show coming up, I would record a song and drop it that night. Because usually I would go on stage around 11. So I'd get on stage, and as soon as I was done with my set, I would perform the song that I'm dropping that night and release it. So I'd perform it live first before anybody hears it. And that's basically how I got, my streams up to about 2,000 a month, was doing stuff like that, doing it, dropping, doing it like that. It worked out really good, and I hope I can keep doing that.
Well,
I think it was a pretty good, I'm not gonna say scheme, but plan, I guess.
no, I think it was beautiful because you would go up on stage and say, I made this week.
Yeah, so the song,
singing.
I have a song called One More Night. I did that the week before Toku, I think it was. And, did it that week because I know I had a show coming up. So it's like, man, I gotta make a smooth song, catchy song. So I did that the week before and recorded it and, played it next week. And I thought that was the coolest thing that could ever happen to me. So.
I'd have
That's
to
awesome.
agree with it. And so like I had seen, Dylan, like when we performed, we ended up going on Toku where before I had performed with Dylan at Toku, I had seen 4K Case perform at Toku. And listen, he has his hair cut off right now, but he had longer hair, different color. It's like a different color every month. And he had a swagger to him. Like you can already see how he's dressed right now. So when I was in there, I remember like hearing your song. It was It's a Good Day. And then it transitioned to another song. It's like your beat selections, your music, it's so different than what we normally hear around here. It's like if you listen to Destroy Lonely or Ken Carson, but then you mix it with like Lucky, or you can go crazy. Like he can go R&B and sing, like actually sing. So for you, I need to know, and I think other people need to know, okay, I almost cussed again. Who are your inspirations, man? Like who do you listen to?
Once again, I want to say, how's everybody doing? Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I was kind of hesitant to come up here today because I didn't know what I was going to say, what it was going to be like. But besides the point, to get to your question, brother, I feel like my inspiration is really, and not even to be on no technical kind of get deep stuff. It's really just life, bro. It's like you listen to everything, and as time progresses, you always have new inspiration. Like yesterday, my inspiration might have been Juice WRLD. The day before that, it might have been, Rob Zombie. The day before that, it might have been XYZ. Really is just however I'm listening to, it's like I feel like I've always been the type to like in my situation, whatever I'm listening to, that's what I immediately take after. Like example, Big Ron Danielson. I picked up like I haven't really heard anybody rap like the way he raps, So it's like picking up new mannerisms. It's like, oh, that's a cool way to rap. Let me try to incorporate that. And so it's like, really, I take inspiration from kind of everything, really. And that's not me trying to be like, yeah, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so really it's just inspiration through everything, brother. Whatever you could find inspiration in, just take it. So that's kind of, I oversimplified it, over explained it, my bad.
You're good.
But yeah, that's what it is.
No, I love it because like I'm telling you, like his beat selections are very unique and they're very interesting. And like I love hard hitting 808s. Like I just, I grew up on hip hop, I grew up on all that, but it's like it got this new like underground, new futuristic sound, and I drift towards it, and then the aesthetic of everything is cool. Like right now, you look like you just got signs of opium, mister. But I mean, it's cool, it's beautiful, and I love your energy because you would like me when I first met him. He's a big dude, he's chilling, he got the swagger. He will like say, "What's up to you?" in open arms, and I like that because even with his lyrics, even with Dylan's lyrics, with Daniel's lyrics, you hear it, and then you can tell that these are impressionable people who have a personality, who have a story to tell. So with you, like, has there been any recent developments? And I know you said you just got signed to Vortex Records. How has that experience with starting off with a really indie label? How has that seen you how's that made you reflect on your own music and your career?
I think, the thing with the label too, it's like, I really enjoy it, like the fact of even being signed under somebody else, because it gives you the opportunity to showcase it more to not just the people you know, but more people who have similar talents who as well want to build off that. But I say in that case, man, I feel, I'm just grateful for the experience, to be honest. It's impacted me in ways like, made me feel like I'm a part of something more than just, myself. So for the longest time, it's like me, I've always done everything myself, done everything how I experienced it or how I think it should be, but, working with other people, especially people who have more knowledge and, more understanding to the music that you make, it's like, it makes it, something special, so, yeah.
I think we've had a very spooky year. I mean, from going to Toku, going for like around, going to Vortex, art clubs, whatever, and then like we were at a place called the Austin Recording Conservatory of Austin. So the Recording Conservatory of Austin, and that whole experience in itself. I mean, like I'm used to recording in my closet. Leo can attest to that. Leo remembers when I was like, ah. So to go from there to like this place where they usually charge like $250 an hour, it's in the hills of Austin. They got a beautiful green room. Not green room, they have a beautiful drum room. Nico Ray, you recorded there, didn't you? Like, how did you like it? It was beautiful, it wasn't it? Just
Yeah, it was like on a hill.
overlooking everything, and they had all this beautiful equipment. And it's like when I first went in there, like a thing, like I know, like I had some experience with the Grand Stafford and that recording studio, but as us artists, we're seeing all this fancy equipment. Do we get caught up in the moment and do we lose ourselves, or do we kind of address the present moment and say, we have this equipment here now? Things that we only see in movies. Can we like, did you find yourself in a position to where you were kind of like nervous, or you're like, no, I need to break through, or this is my opportunity?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have the moments where you're scared out of your mind, like, damn, there's something, excuse me, darn, this is something you never did before. This is, you're in a place that, you've dreamed about being since you were a little kid, and now you're here with all the big fancy equipment. Now you gotta shine or you're gonna fall through. So, I mean, you definitely get nervous, but it's like anything new. You get nervous, but once you know about it, then you know it, and it's easy, it's fun. Then you can experiment and do all the crazy stuff.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, like going to an actual like really, really nice recording studio will humble you. Because I was recording in my closet thinking this is the craziest thing, turn up the auto-tune, turn up the reverb. Then the guy goes and records you like raw vocals, and then you're listening to yourself and you're like, my mom had a point when she said, when I sing, it sounds like I'm swallowing a bird. So like I don't know how it is, but I feel like going there like this last couple of weeks or last couple of months was different than me personally. If y'all had met me a year ago or 2 years ago, like when I was at your place and you had like put up a mic in your room, I remember being nervous with you, and you're sitting there for like 3 hours as I'm doing the same 2 bars, trying to hit it right because I can't hit that note. Compared to now, it's like I'm around talent, I'm around people who make music in 5 minutes. Like it's beautiful. So Daniel-san, since I mentioned it earlier, you work overtime. I don't know what your sleep schedule is. I feel like sometimes he wears glasses because you just don't know if he's sleeping or not. He's just trying to catch up. But for you, man, tell me about your start in life, because you have a very unique family history. His cousin is Alan Green 2G. He was voted the #1 drummer in Texas. He goes on tour, and I love him. So he has a huge musical background. I want to know about your origins and what got you into music.
Mm. Honestly, I've been doing music my entire life. If I can put a number on it, age, I'd say probably 5. Recording, doing different DAWs around the age of 13. Been on FL Studio for so long. They had FL8. Now it's what, 2021 or something like that. I don't know, man. Music has always been a really, not music, but sound. Sounds, melodies, harmonies. I paid more attention to those. My mom, she always used to play just instrumental pieces as I was growing up. Uh, wasn't like she didn't want me to listen to music with lyrics in it, but it was more so she knew it did something to my brain. Uh, I'd sit there and I'll hum in my mind, hear different melody points, watch different movies. I hear something else that you know what I mean. So I was always drawn to sound, and so to be able to create sound and tailor it to different routes and things, then it opened up everything, man. So to bring it into today's time, man, it's like if I can hear it, I can make it. And then the thing that gets me going reason I don't sleep is because I hear this one specific sound and I have not yet been able to make it. So I will not rest until I can acquire that technique and sound.
He's true to his word. He will not rest. But I mean, going back to the point of like you like watching movies and cinema, like for me, like I think what kind of got me into music was every time I heard music, even if I was just in the car on the radio, I would just see a whole film noir play. It would be black and white, just a movie play. And my mind would go and it would be racing. So anytime that I made music, and the reason why I kind of struggled in the beginning trying to make good quality music was because I kept trying to cater to movies. I kept thinking of it in a movie aspect and all those crazy things. So hearing Dylan talk about how he's going to start acting, it's insane that I'm hearing it for the first time. Because I know you, Daniel son, you are having these visions and you have dreams and you write it down. And you're going to a point where you have so much good music and now you're starting to like get traction, you start to pick up. But now you're able to creatively go into a different space, which is acting and cinema directing. Where do you see yourself going with this, with what you have going on in music and tying it over there to that other industry?
Oh man, first idea came from the movie Interstellar, and the composer Hans Zimmerman, or Zimmer,
Hans Zimmerman?
It's Hans Zimmer, yeah.
Hans Zimmer. He did a documentary or like a little short clip of just him explaining the reasons why he chose different sound patterns for that movie. And he did a lot of other movies, great movies, but it was just the idea of, man, what if he had a camera himself and, you know, the budget is whatever. He can go in and shoot exactly what he's trying to convey in the music because he's on both sides of the film. You know what I mean? And so the idea that already having the emotion, evoking tool, why not visually capture and have those things coexist at the same time? So yeah, let's make movies.
Let's make movies. And I think it's very spooky because we had earlier mentioned with Maxino that we have to wear different hats. I mean, I know at one point when I met you, you were doing and you still are actually. You're making the beats yourself, you're making the promo yourself, you're getting the photographers, you're getting the models, you're getting the merch, you're getting the designs, like you never stop. So it's like at this day and age, even though because you recently did get signed to an indie label out in Austin. So congratulations to you on that, by the way. And by the way, he's going on tour with them. He just went to Austin like a couple months ago, and now he's gonna go to New York in March and LA in April. San Jose, man, I love the way that sounds. So going into like all of that, you're tying it in. How do you feel now that you've played all the fields, like you've kind of played all the instruments? So it's like, do you feel that you're gonna be stepping into a leadership role where you're gonna be managing these type of things and bringing out your true vision to life, getting closer to that sound, but making a reality? Do you feel confident that now you're about to get into that, you have some momentum, you're about to go capture that?
Absolutely. And this is for the future. There's no real time frame in my mind yet, but I know once my brother, he told me like this, man, if you're playing football, if there's 12 roles, you have to be able to play each position. So I just want to play the 1 through 12 because once I know every role, every position, when I do want to establish that platform or that label or that whatever, I can then know exactly how to have an eye for certain things, have an ear for certain things. If, oh, you're there, hey, let's put you here. Oh, you're better paired. I now can see that because I've been in all those worlds. So I think it'll be easier once I master it. And coincidentally, it's going to be called the dojo when you go to master these forms. So I want to live when I preach first, master them.
I just like I want to drift off really quickly. So like you have a big like a Asian culture like inspiration from you because I know you're like Daniel San and then you say the dojo. Like growing up, were you very familiar with that and you really liked it?
Yeah, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, everybody in the camp, man. And my mom knew what she was doing from the start. Yeah, I watched a lot of foreign films. My mom, she's into that, man. It's crazy. She could really be the artist here versus me. But she got me in that scene, and it was just interesting. There was a movie called Bulletproof Monk, my favorite movie, man, favorite movie. Just the idea of that being a thing, like in my reality. Let's see if we can do that. You know, let's incorporate those things, and who knows, I might come in with a dragon fleece next time you see me. That'd be dope.
Dragon Fleece, man. And so like going like drifting off to that, Dylan, I see, like, you're starting to take like different steps in your career. I mean, you were just tracking at the Grand Stafford Theater the other day. You played a small snippet that is no longer here anymore, but it's like, I remember hearing it thinking, oh my God. You're like, I don't know what music you make, like, it's just beautiful. It's like, we just want
Yeah.
more. So what are your future plans and like what steps you think you're gonna take in the next 6 months or maybe the year?
Well, since I got a manager in the next 6 months, it's probably, we're trying to do shows, but music wise, like you said, I can't really label myself to country or pop or rap. It's just, if I sit down and write a song one day, it could turn out to be a rap song, country song, whatever. So I couldn't tell you what the next 6 months is gonna be. It's just kind of as it comes, I make a lot of songs and I can't fit them into one genre. So I think so. I'm working on an album. I'm about to drop that within the next 2 months. It's going to be about 3 country songs on there, and the rest is going to be whatever genre you consider the rest. Um, so basically, yeah, I'm going to work on this album and release that and kind of see how it goes.
Cause you took the question right out of my mouth. I was gonna ask, when are we gonna get an actual album from you?
Well, I would say about 2 months. I gotta
Okay.
shoot one. So I just made a rap song called Cool Kid. I think that's what I'm gonna name the album. Is Cool Kid.
You got
I already got
the
the cover made for it. It's like the cover's pretty cool. So it's a side picture. It's a me wearing a cowboy hat, and the other side is me with a hoodie on and a cap. So it's like kind of like the hip hop version and like the country version staring at each other. And so yeah, I think I really want to drop this album with country songs on it and pop. Just yeah, I'm not trying to be labeled to one thing. So I think that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be half rap, half country, and whatever genre you can consider that as. Yeah.
So a question for like the two of you, for you and for KK's, it's like y'all see yourselves as that kind of like a, in the spirit of Bruce Lee, like you move like water, take the form of any shape. Like this is kind of how y'all see yourselves.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Just, whatever. Uh, if I find a beat I like, I'll write a song to it. It could be a country beat I get off of YouTube or something my friend makes or, anything like that. So,
Yeah, and I'm loving it. And for KK's, I heard that you had a very unfortunate tragedy that you no longer have any of your music on your streaming platforms. How has that how has that affected your mental health? That's very personal, but how has that affected your mental health? 'Cause me, I don't know what I do. I'm not gonna lie to you.
All right, so to be honest, I'm actually kind of happy. I say that because a lot of my music before, it wasn't accurately, depicting how I want to be depicted. And in my head, people know you for how you look, how you sound, and what you do. As a musician, it's the same thing. And the music that I had out at the time, it wasn't to its fullest potential. So to be honest, I'm sad that it's gone, but that just means I can rebrand myself as however I want. The person, I want to be, the person I want to be portrayed as, just as all of us, you can, and pretty much it's like, all it is how I always found out, and it's just to go on just a tiny, tiny rant. In my head, the way I always found it is the way that you perceive the world is all that matters. Because what you see in front of me, you can see the color green, I can see the color red. And so it doesn't matter about what I think, it's what you perceive it. And if you perceive it, you perceive something a certain way, the world will shape to that. So basically, it's like, man, make it long story short, I'm happy, bro. I'm okay now.
I don't think you understand how like healthy that is, like for you to say that because
Bro, I was in a tough place last this year or last time this year, and just getting over it. But through a lot of health, bro, a lot of recovery, a lot of praying, bro. It's like I feel almost rejuvenated in a way, like like the spark is like reignited. It's like, man, like I'm like a piston, like, oh, man. So yeah, that's that, bro.
But these are some of the aspects that like I draw inspiration from you. Like I can detail the aspects that I got from Daniel San, like his work ethic with Dylan, with like just his catchy, like you hear it once and you're not gonna forget that melody. It's like with you, man, it's like we heard it earlier, you're gonna fall a lot more times, someone's gonna pick you up. So like with this experience, I feel like you grew out of like from who I saw, you're a different person. You were resilient, you proved that to yourself. Now this next music that you've been making and you're gonna make, you're gonna prove it to the world.
Y'all be on the lookout for that. Y'all can find me on all streaming platforms at 4KKs. I promise y'all it's gonna be.
It's
I'm just
gonna
wait. Oh,
And I've been
I'm excited.
recording. He's real. I've been recording him. He sounds good. And you should sing a lot more often, man. So with I want to open up a quick question from y'all. I'll take a break from me just like ranting to them and asking personal questions. Do you have any questions for these three gentlemen? Yes, sir.
Y'all gonna let those microphones just sit there, or we're gonna hear some bars?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, there's not enough time for this man to keep going on and on and on and on. Like I'm telling y'all, we can do it though. We got a good sound system.
I'll set a timer for each one, if you're really worried about time. But I think they're pretty, how about we give 5 minutes per person? Well, no,
For
like,
anybody, just 5 minutes, anybody can help.
no, like each person, like, you don't have to go 5 minutes. But if you go past 5 minutes, then we'll know that you're like, we're like, all right. You can do 10 seconds if you want, it doesn't matter.
Is this an interact? I don't think this was in the syllabus when we made this. Like,
Well, Will's egging them on, they wanted to do it, and you're over here.
I'm over here like, I can't freestyle. Like, guys,
Yeah, me, I'm gonna have to leave that to y'all. I can't.
All
I
right,
can't freestyle. Don't let me hear nothing from you, man.
all right.
What's up, Leo?
Yeah. I
Do you
can't
have any
do that.
volunteers?
I mean, you're talking about his sound. I'm trying to hear your sound, man. If you even want to preview some music, I'd be happy to hear it.
Just like put your phone out and just like put it to the speaker. or something.
Yeah, I can do that, but I don't know. What do we?
We have the sound system. Do we want to take a time to like demo some of these artists' music?
Yes.
Sure.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
a
if
little
y'all
bit.
wanna play, yeah, y'all wanna play some of y'all's music?
I have one rap song that I just made that I could preview.
Yeah.
Does this computer have like Spotify or YouTube or SoundCloud or? not
Yeah, I
SoundCloud,
can hook
Spotify.
up, I can hook up the box.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Cool Connor, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna be out here freestyling. Guys, I told you about the raw voice thing. I need autotune. I need a lot of things, okay? But yeah,
It's funny.
they
Yeah.
can go for hours. I love it.
I also wanted to say, before we do that, I know I'm not the host, but I want to say, did anybody else have any questions? Just so you know, because when we start going, I promise you, we're going to be going, so, any questions? Yes, sir, my man.
To know like why your music got taken down, was it because of copyright or sample?
No, I actually didn't pay my DistroKid. Yeah, I thought I bought it for the lifetime. I bought it for the yearly. I was like, let's go hard, drop the album, next thing you know, it's gone. Well, that's that.
Is your music still like on SoundCloud or YouTube now?
Yeah, I have a lot of it on SoundCloud, not really much of the new stuff, but a lot of new stuff to come now.
Yeah, no matter what people say, SoundCloud still goes pretty hard, I would say. I use it. A lot of unreleased music on there you can listen to. I love SoundCloud.
I only drop on SoundCloud. I am still a SoundCloud rapper.
Actually, I got all of your songs on my SoundCloud.
Oh, there's 3 songs on this SoundCloud.
Yeah, I got them all on there. It's Zano, and then all of me and like just unreleased music.
Lord have mercy upon my soul. I do have a song I'm gonna shamelessly plug. I'm gonna get to your question. I just dropped a song called Flowers though on Spotify. So, and then another time y'all can listen to a beautiful song called Flowers. So,
Come log into Spotify and let's see.
okay. Oh, I just checked my Spotify. It's not on there. Like literally. Okay, cool.
Yeah, just log in and you can play all their music. Well, I'm just log in, right?
Can I ask?
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's okay, here's a non,
Performative question.
performative question. What PROs do you guys use and does that, do you make a decent, income off of your mechanical rights or? How's that working for everybody?
It's definitely not, in a position or a spot to where I'm, can't do anything life changing yet.
Who's your PRO?
DistroKid is.
Oh, no, I mean like ASCAP, BMI,
BMI,
BMI.
yes. I don't have I have music before, because Daniel Son is the new name, which a lot of people don't know. Before I have, another name, so it's a matter of tracking that down as well to see if we can consolidate everything.
Are you allowed on BMI to consolidate your CAD numbers now?
Question for what?
Oh, never mind. If y'all have like, was anybody of y'all gonna also ask?
Yeah, them, I have no idea what he asked, the BMI stuff, I have no idea.
Performing rights organization? Or like, so you can get mechanical rights if you play it on the radio or get.
Oh, I mean, so when I make music, like I go to BeatStars, I'll buy the the lease license straight out. So the most expensive one where I have no problems. But yeah, I usually do that. So I think the limit on the ones that I do, the license is like, you can get unlimited streams. You know, basically when you buy it, I guess it's like maybe $100 a beat or something like that. I'm
If
not
you
sure.
don't belong to a PRO, you won't get the money from your stream.
Well, I mean, so I use United Masters, so, and I think every 13th of the month, they'll, send stream numbers. I make about like $17 a month off of my United Masters. I think I have like $8 in there right now or something, but, yeah, something like,
Yeah.
nothing crazy, but
Yeah. And I think with that, I think we're all trying to get to a spot now to where, like, of course, we all want to make money off what we love to do. But I'm on the same boat as these fellas here. I just recently, like very recently, like yesterday, like started talking about ASCAP with my man Damien. Shout out to Damien. He's my A&R. Yeah, I just recently started talking to him about it. But yeah, even so, I think, yeah, so far it's not as much to, go flaunt about, but enough to be like, it's respectable. Like, good job. So I hope that answered your question. I wasn't very sure if I even answered that correctly, but it's,
This one.
Yeah, so I have like a question, so I guess about like your songwriting styles, like how do you, and obviously it depends because for me, I find that there's some times where I start with something completely, like I don't start the way I usually start. Do you have like a particular songwriting like routine that you like to do? Or do you occasionally break it on purpose to like further explore those creative avenues? Like what's the state of mind that y'all are in? You obviously take an inspiration from life, life was a great inspiration, but like, what's your songwriting process?
well, I would say for me, so it's like there's really no in between. So it's either I'm having a bad day, a really good day. But the way I write them is I'll get on BandLab, so I'll get the file just so I can hear myself. And I'll turn on my phone and kind of just come up with stuff. And as I'm recording, I'll have my notes out and kind of go from there. But it's either on a bad day or a good day. There's really no in between. So it's either I'm having a really good day and I'm gonna write a song, or a really bad day. I kind of gotta have some kind of motivation, I guess. And that's really where it comes from, I guess. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm gonna put out anything that's special if I'm not feeling anything. So something's gotta happen for me to write a song. If I really like try to force myself, I feel like it's not really there, I guess, basically. But that's kind of it for me, but.
I'm on the same boat with you, brother. Yeah, so I feel exactly what he's saying, it's similar, but, some days it's like, it's like if you have a day that you dedicate out of the week, almost to like, I have to get this done, then, like me, at least sometimes I try to schedule myself with, doing certain things on certain days, so it is about the mood, it is about how you're feeling that day, but then it's also about what's your intention with the song. Cause if you're going in writing a sad song and you're really happy, of course you're not gonna be sad, but you have to tap into into that feeling to get that way. I feel like for me, it's not really a routine. At least for me, I don't per se write music. I kind of just spit it out how it comes. It's a good thing and a bad thing, but the way I'm trying to take music now, it's like I want to put more in depth and more thought into it rather than, what's just right off the head. Nothing wrong right off the head, but you have to give, that deeper look into it. So, yes, sir.
And I usually just listen to, if I produce it, well, I produce all the beats, but I'll produce it and whatever the music is calling for, it'll come to me. So I just spend time with the music, follow the sound. Cause you gotta think that it's like watching a movie. So I try to visualize what I hear in my mind and I either write about a story or I write about a verb, an action, the urge to do something that's a different energy. Whatever the emotion is, I'll let the words present itself to me.
You'll sometimes do the inverse, like you have words that you don't have, like the music to, and you create the words, the music to the words that you have.
If that's the case, but it's never like, I can never just write a full something without music, right? So I might have a catchphrase or a certain sentence, and then I'll let that be the energy to make the beat a certain type of way, and now I have everything I need and be able to write.
And you said that, that kind of rang a little bell in my head, like sometimes like you're on a beat, or even if you're just chilling in the car and you'll listen to like, just, how back in the day, I'm not sure if you guys did, but the old freestyle beats, you'd sit in the car with your homies, hotboxing in the car, just doing what, I'm not sure if that's appropriate, I'm sorry. My bad. But yeah, so I kind of feel like sometimes, you're just humming, you're just doing your thing, you're getting the melody down, and then, that's when you decide to build the words. You don't always have to have the words first. There are beautiful songs that have no words on them. So I feel like I understand that. So, yeah.
They said it, yeah, they said it.
What they didn't say, I'm gonna speak for Daniel real quick and just put him out there, cause I've definitely been in a couple of sections where I was like sitting down with him. And the first thing he plays is like on the piano, most beautiful melody. I'm like, it makes you go off, and I'm like, I'm writing in my head, I'm writing my notes, I'm like, this is gorgeous. And then he looks at me and says, "I'm sorry," and I'm like, why? Just X's it out. Just deletes it, opens a new project. And okay, cool. You start doing it again. Beautiful, even better than the last one. Looks at me, smiles. I'm like, okay. Deletes it, new project. The third one or the fourth one, because sometimes it's the first thing, first 5 minutes. But when he says he's chasing that sound, he's literally told me, it's great that the sound's beautiful, but it's not the sound I'm looking for. And I'm like looking at him like crazy, like, we can just make these beats and go back to him later. And he's like, no. And then those nights where I doubted him at that point, he had produced some of the best songs I've ever heard, and some of which I will preview you later. What's up, Leo? Sorry, I just had to like call you out on that. Like, it's beautiful. Like, that's the dedication that I love, that I've learned from him. For when you were talking about songs, like things, sometimes he works and then takes away a project, and not take away an instrument, a whole project, and starts again until he gets it right. It's beautiful.
I don't need to save it.
What frustrated me, but it's okay. It's okay.
I'll try to make it quick because I do want to hear all y'all's music. I guess, of course, when you're going into a field like this, there's a lot of people who doubt you and, the success that you could have, and try to they put you down. How do you guys overcome that, at least as of now, to get to where you are?
I feel like in this world, there are two people. There are the people who hate and the people who dream. And, as a dreamer, you're gonna have people who are gonna look at what you do as an impossibility, not because they don't believe in you, but because they're too afraid to do what they do, or they're afraid to do what you're doing. So in my head, I don't look at it as these people hate me. I look at it, they're afraid because they don't know if what I can do is true. So after you prove that your point, as in doing what you need to do and getting to that goal, whatever that goal may be, at that point, you can't even be a hater. You can only hope to do like the next person did, so take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, so I'm a welder. I build fence all day. So I'm working around people that are older than me. And basically every day I get called like a wannabe musician, like wannabe, but and the way I look at it is I've did shows, and I actually just got offered to play the Burleson County Fair, opening up for people. And kind of when they, say stuff to me, I'm like, well, I've done kind of, I'm not gonna say I proved myself, I'm not where I want to be, but I've done more because they're older, they're kind of stuck in their profession, and they don't really have much to, look forward to. But me, I feel like I've been kind of proved and done more with, what I'm trying to do at a young age. So to me, it's just mental. They can say what they want to, but they haven't got offered, to play the fair. They haven't done shows on Northgate. A couple guys are younger. They go party at Northgate. I played at Toku 12 and stuff, and I think I'm gonna be there soon. But it's basically, I look at it like, I've done kind of proved to myself what I can do and what I want to do. So what they say really doesn't matter. It'll get to you sometimes, but to me, it really don't matter, because what are they doing? They're tying T-posts and stuff. It doesn't matter, what they say to me, because it just don't. It doesn't matter to me. But yeah, I guess I explained it pretty well. Yeah.
I don't handle hate very well. I'm a very emotional guy, not gonna lie. But it's good to know myself for myself. It's one of those things where if they're hating, then I must be doing something at least right. You know, it's like if they were never saying anything that I'm a part of it, you know, if they're having something to speak on, it's like, before I take it emotionally and go cry or whatever. Let me assess it, look at it. Interesting. And then I also look at time. Look in the past. Man, I was not doing this at this level before, and this was the amount of hate that I was getting then. What's to come in time? So, yeah.
Watch, you spoken like a true sincere.
That was a good question, by the way.
Oh,
That was good.
thank you, yeah.
No, it's because like Leo is like one of the very few people that has ever heard me like start to do music before I was confident to do music in front of people. I'm not talking about performing, I'm talking about literally go record music with actual engineers. Like, he's been in the trenches with me, looking at me like recording, and then like I go and I look at him, I'm like smiling, and he's like looking at me, he's just like, you know, maybe one, two more, you know, it's like that patience and that resilience, like me saying, okay, I gotta work better, because for me, it's like I'm very hard on myself. I was always a swimmer, I was very hard on myself, so, and growing up, like, I always had like people, you know, it was competition, you know, but I always felt that if other people are judging me for what I do, I can handle that more than if I'm just telling myself I can't do it. Because if someone's like, how you said, telling me that I'm not doing it right, then it's like, man, I mean, I grew up being told this. Like I said, my mom always would say, you sing like you got a bird stuck in your throat. And you know what? She's right. Sometimes I do. But, with that being said, we're here at this point in time, stop. We're here at this point in time and it's good. And like we're talking to you guys, we're gonna show y'all some our vulnerabilities. Howdy. Welcome in. Now it's your turn to freestyle, my boy. Okay. We're gonna preview some songs and, okay, I know you don't have songs on Spotify right now, so. I think I'll be on. Okay, Daniel, do you mind if I select one for you that I think would resonate with you? Dylan, I'll let you choose the one you want, because the ones I love are the ones you don't really love, so.
I already got mine picked out, so.
My man, so I wanna start off with this one, I'll see if it's we'll play, it's called Roses in the Dark. Lord have effing mercy.
I told you to log in.
Okay, it's all right, good thing I can just like. Oh, everybody close your eyes, please.
Well, it says sign up to start listening. Why don't you go to your login?
You're signing up, bro.
Thank you all. Okay. Okay. Someone freestyle right now, please. Everyone close your eyes, please.
There you go.
I think it's funny that none of us can remember our passwords to anything.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
That's all my passwords are password.
We're almost there. There's only so many. All right, this has to be the one. Sorry, y'all. This is really, unprofessional. There we go. Next time, remind me to listen to you when we're doing like sex stuff. Yeah.
Like when I say to log in,
Yeah.
like 10, 15 minutes ago.
Maybe I should listen to you on that point. Lord have mercy. Okay, I promise it'll be worth. Up.
But yeah, besides that fact though, how's everybody's day been? Everybody had a good day so far? I'm seeing a group of individuals, man. Y'all look healthy. Y'all look like y'all ready to make some happen, man. Hey,
That's the whole room.
hey, I'm keeping it, bro. Look like we got some geniuses in here,
Yeah,
man.
we do.
I'm a little intimidated, bro. I'm intimidated.
You don't have a Spotify account. Like how you got logged into your Google, but your Google's not tied to a Spotify. All right, man.
What about YouTube? Yeah, I mean.
Or YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, you could play off YouTube.
You guys,
Here, let me drive, man. Let me-
do you have your login? Do you have your login?
Dana, what did you do YouTube?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Why don't you just
Okay.
do it on YouTube? Just type it in.
Lord have mercy. Got it. Okay. Me too.
Happens to the best of us.
So
it happens to me.
I think you're, I don't know if you get more nervous, rapping or using the computer.
Garza. Yeah, man.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
well, nuts.
I like that we got the
Okay,
commercial.
yeah, bro.
It's okay.
And I think the volume's just low, by the way, because people have been lowering it. No, on the YouTube. Oh, okay, no.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
having that doc or that website
Oh,
will go
can you
along.
switch it over? Let me try it for you.
Yeah, man.
Simple.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep working on some more films coming up this spring. And eventually, I'm gonna make a reel. So, hey, hopefully by then, if y'all get the website going, I'd be happy to put a reel up in there too.
Yeah, blowing smoke rings out of this little bag of Reggie that I found in a jacket pocket that was sitting hidden inside of.
It's doing that thing where it like speeds everything up real fast. And then have that.
Imagine this is going throughout the whole campus. Y'all wanna freestyle while we go fix, while they fix it?
I know, like, we just wanted some freestyle.
I know what you think.
Xander's like, I'm just gonna sit back.
I'm thinking that this is all falling apart. Sorry, I poorly planned this. Anybody have any more questions for these fine gentlemen? Yes, Diego. You don't have a single question, Diego?
I got this, just give me 1 second.
What's up, Nico?
What's your favorite song right now?
Hail by Modern Color.
Oh, okay. I did not expect that.
Hillbillies, Kendrick Lamar and Billy King.
Yeah, at the moment, mine's Don't Let Me Go by Machine Gun Kelly. I love that song. He just dropped it. It's my favorite.
I need to listen to that.
Yeah, I get a lot of hate for like Machine Gun Kelly, but that is my all-time favorite. I don't care if he wears pink. I don't care what he does. I like his music. I love him forever. It's my all-time favorite. Yeah.
Tickets to My Downfall is good, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ciennck.
And
There it is. You can do one more night. Yeah. It's my favorite.
what were the songs you played in Austin?
Endless
Endless.
and.
And
this
One More Night.
And this one, yeah.
Saying, you're having this fun, guy?
Yeah, you have to restart the entire computer.
So basically, I did not plan this well. Last year went a lot smoother than
Wait,
this.
wait, I'm gonna say this though, I'm gonna say
What's
this
up?
real quick, cause I know this isn't the super, super, fantastical, super, upkeep interview or conference, but bro, I feel like this is kind of fun. I mean, do y'all think this is kind of fun? I personally think, it makes it more lively, brother. Think about it, every professionalism is very good, but be realistic. It's 2024 now, but you gotta be realistic, 2024. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, you looking clean on the blue suit, though. I can't.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, sir.
Should I dye my hair the same color as you though?
You absolutely shouldn't.
That was very definitive.
Nah, bro, you got it, you good.
What's up, Chris?
You guys just play the music.
I'm afraid of the sound. Okay, listen, if it feeds back, it's not on. Okay, we're gonna attempt. We're gonna attempt. This is the first song that was on my phone. I don't know how I feel about that. Y'all fuck with it? Oh my God, sorry. I was doing so good. I was doing so good.
There you go, brother. You're being realistic. Love it.
Let's see.
Also, shout out Chris from Ninth Market, brother.
Chris from Ninth Market.
Got some fire pieces. Everybody stare at them.
I guess on a lighter note, we're gonna do some more film stuff later, and I might show some stuff I've been working on. But I got some unreleased Zano that I could show. I mean,
Do not
yeah,
do this.
I could pull that out, you know.
Do not do this. I will not be here to do this. No, 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 you definitely can't do this. Listen, when I tell y'all that I have, like, this is why I respect and I love Leo's, because he was there at a time where I thought I was popping. I was like, this is like, oh my God. So like, I knew I had to improve, but goddamn. Man. I was like, man,
No,
don't show them that, please.
I still like that song, bro. I'll
Which
bump
one,
to that in the
Skyline
car.
or what?
Yeah, bro, I bumped to that in the car, bro. You don't even know.
Probably got a pumpkin head picture.
Oh, I don't care about Pumpkinhead picture, but Skyline was an interesting time. That was when I went to South by Southwest our sophomore year.
Yeah.
And we went on the last day of South by Southwest on a Sunday. And we went, and there was a lot of emotions that day, man. A
Yeah.
lot of emotions.
I'm proud of that because despite all that, we did what we could in those 3
Yeah.
hours and we produced something I'm proud of. Proud of. There we go. There we go.
No, said it was the last time, but I think I needed one more night. Yeah, blowing smoke rings out of this little bag of Reggie that I found in a jacket pocket that was sitting hidden inside of the back of my closet. Turn on a movie and off my phone, leave me alone. No, said it was the last time, but I think I needed one more night. Running from the red and the blue lights. I just took a shot at a stop sign. Yeah, calling my phone again. No, I shouldn't answer it. I know right from wrong. This drink is a little too strong. Don't know where to go since I left home. I've been on the road following the wind blow. Taking one day at a time. Out here just trying to get by. Never get too comfortable. You're gonna fall in love with something that end up hurting you. Just one more drink, one more smoke. Promise tonight will be my last time, but I think I needed one more night. Running from the red and the blue lights. I just took a shot at a stop sign. Yeah, calling my phone again. No, I shouldn't answer it. I know right from wrong. This drink is a little too strong. Yeah. One more than another one more than another one more than another one more than another one. Wanna feel something other than numb, wanna be real and really be loved. Pour me one before I leave.
How long did it take you to make this?
No, I
song?
said it was the last time, but I think I needed one more night. Running from the red and the blue lights. I just took a shot at a stop sign. Yeah, calling my phone again. No, I shouldn't answer it. I know right from wrong. This drink is a little too strong. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Calling my phone again. No, I shouldn't answer it. I know right from wrong. This drink is a little too strong.
Alec before this was Alec Rivers?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Very talented instrument.
Yeah, he is.
God Complex, can you play a song called God Complex, Daniel Sun? Yeah. Sun,
S-A-N.
A. Yeah, God Complex. Complex. This one? Oh my.
Shut on iPhone.
Heck yeah.
I be barely breathing. Me versus myself, thought I was fighting demons. Higher than my head, I feel it tryna creeping. Pride would be the death of me, where lies your demons. What you believe in, don't pray for me, cause it's hard to reach him. Mirror on the wall, tell me what's your secret. Beauty in the fall, never knew the reason. I tried to play God, I played the man. Hope you won't judge me, hope you understand. I put my trust in self and selfish showed his hand. God complex, conflicted from within. God complex, got a thing for the sins. Take it to the head, what you know about the truth. Slide on your homie just to show him mercy. Slide on the rich and I'ma make him dance. Lord, please forgive me, I'm just trying to breathe. And me versus myself, thought I was fighting demons. Higher than my head, I feel it trying to creep. And pride would be the death of me, where not your demons. What you believe in, don't pray for me, cause it's hard to reach. And mirror on the wall, tell me what's your secret. Beauty in the fall, never knew the reason. Tried to play God, I just, my girl telling me to slow down. My mama telling me stay low ground. Got an enemy, they so loud. All my enemies got hope now. I put my trust in self and self sold out. God complex, I know now. Lord have mercy, I'm choking now. Lord, please forgive me, I'm just trying to breathe. And me versus myself, thought I was fighting demons. Higher than my head, I feel it trying to creep. And pride would be the death of me, where not your demons. What you believe in, don't pray for me, cause it's hard to reach. And mirror on the wall, tell me what's your secret. Beauty in the fall, never knew the reason.
Daniel, was that a Gideon sample at the beginning, or was I tripping?
No, no, no.
Okay.
No, it was, I just recorded it.
Oh, that's cool, that's cool.
That's crazy that she said that was Giveon though. Yeah, it's very creative and sometimes you do more with less and that's how it's been. So thank you guys. I know this kind of like went a little bit longer than expected, but thank y'all, dude. When did you walk in? That's crazy. Does anybody have any last minute questions before we move on from this? Yes, ma'am. Oh, so sorry. You have a song on 4K? Oh, there was a song on YouTube 4K.
Sure, we can check. 4K KAC.
I didn't know that he had a song on 4K.
like that?
C, that's right. 4K KAC.
Like that?
KAC.
Ace.
Yes, sir. Like the ACE card, KAC.
Like all together?
One more 4. I mean, one more K. Yeah, there you go.
Like that?
What do you do?
I guess, yeah, 40 yard.
I'm out of my mind.
Yeah.
I'm a lost coward. They're fucking crazy. I got big flowers. That's why I'm really glad. I don't care. Whoever I got, even now, now he dead. I'm trying to keep that here, and we think we can find. Like you're gonna go down, go, I'm scared. You do the thing, I don't you think you're deep on here. I think you're me, I'm thinking it's all. The one who got something, and that's like you know. Oh, I gotta go when I use, between jokes. Got spending, I mean, like it was,
I start.
You have a question before I interrupted, Jorge?
I was just asking for my color.
Oh, yeah, spell y'all's name.
So we could.
Daniel San, DanielSan.
Four KKs, 4KKACE.
Yeah, DYLANZIENTEK.
All right, well, thank you all.